Hey, and welcome to my journey. Today is weigh-in day. This is my first weigh-in since I've had the gastric bypass. I said I wasn't going to weigh in until today, but I did a couple days ago. And I was lower then than I am today. But here's the thing. Like my thumbnail says, it's probably not what you're expecting. It's not what you're expecting because a lot of people in their mind, they're like, oh, well, you got weight loss surgery. You're just going to drop that weight. You're just going to drop that weight. That first week, you're going to drop it off. Well, some people may do that. But when I saw the surgeon Monday for my 1 week post-op, they weighed me. He never spoke of it. He never looked at it. He never considered it. Never like, oh, well, let's see how much weight you lost this week. No, because he told me. He said, you gain weight after surgery from all the fluids. My psychiatrist said the same thing today. Yes, I see it. Let's go to our PSA. Every time I mention that I go to the psychiatrist, I'm not ashamed of it. And if you do, I don't want you to be ashamed of it. And if you feel like you need to go see one, a psychiatrist or a psychologist, please do so. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. You do what you need to do for you. There is no shame. There is no shame in getting help for your mental health. So that is my mental health PSA for today. But I had him this morning, and he said the same thing. He said, you have all that fluid and stuff. And so I asked the doctor, I said, now, let me ask you this. I said, because my stomach, I got 2 rolls. We discussed rolls the other day. I have 2 rolls, the top roll and the bottom roll, and they're puffier than they were before I had surgery. It's coming down a little bit. It's still out there, but it's coming down from what it was even just from Monday. It's come down. I said, am I correct to assume that since this is puffier and bigger before surgery, that it's like swelling in there? He goes, exactly. He said, yes. And that's what he said. You gain weight after surgery. And another thing, the nurse, when I was in there in one of those visits, we were just talking about things. She says, now, if you lose, it's like not I won't say a known fact. It's like a common occurrence. If you lose a lot of weight during your pre-op diet, you won't lose it as fast after your surgery. Well, there you go. I lost 29 pounds on my pre-op. So let me shut up and tell you how much it is, and so you'll know what I'm saying. So I weighed in at 303 even for a loss of 3.4, and that puts me at 74.1. And let me tell you this. David now knows my weight. I've told y'all before, I would never tell him until I lost all the weight I wanted to lose, and then I would tell him, and he would see where I came from. But while I'm in the middle of it, I didn't want him to know, because I'm like I used to be before I lost 70 pounds, a whole person more than him, and he's 6'2". So that's why I never want him to know. But you know what? Now that he knows, it's just like a weight off my shoulder. It's just one more thing I don't have to carry around. Like, oh, I don't want him to see me getting on the scales. Don't look. I don't have to worry about that no more, and it feels good. It really does. I mean, not that I'm proud of the number, but it's the number. Now, let me tell you, my stomach, it looks like I was kicked by a mule. I ain't lying. Down on that lower belly action, the whole thing is bruised. And then the incisions, they wanted to get in on the action. So they're all bruised. So my whole entire area, I told you, it looks like I've been just poop right in the gut by an ornery old mule. But it don't hurt. It don't hurt. So, I mean, that's a good thing. The incisions don't hurt. She took my stitches out on Monday. That didn't hurt. They look like they're healing up fine. And so I'm doing good. I'm doing good to be out and about. I come through it a whole lot better than I thought I would. I got back to normal a whole lot quicker than I thought I would. So I feel good. I'm ready to slay this thing. Now we'll see how much I lose next week, since like I can feel that swelling going down. You don't heal necessarily in 1 week from major surgery. You just don't. So I'm not gonna. As long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in my diet part, then I'm not worried about it. It will come. It will happen. So speaking of diet part, I have my nutritionist visit tomorrow. Is the class. The last one we had was the first one's on your own, one-on-one, so she can clear you or not. And then you have a class for your pre-op, and then you have a class for your post-op. Well, we know liquids. We went over that. We know what we're supposed to do this first 2 weeks, and so I'm doing that. And then the class will discuss starting with the salt and pureed foods. So I'm excited to see what they're going to let me eat. It's supposed to be protein heavy, low carb, but I think they may be a little bit more lenient with you eating the carbs while you're getting your stomach used to things. And like I told you, I ain't pureeing no chicken. I ain't doing it. I ain't eating no baby food, meat. Ain't doing it. I could probably eat the fruit, like the bananas and the plums and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know if you can have fruit on that stage. I'll find out tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that. And another thing, when I was changing my clothes, now, I had my doctor's appointment this morning. When I go to appointments, I dress nicely. These are my house clothes, which y'all get to see. So when I come in and I change clothes and I was putting these on, I could have filmed with those clothes on, but y'all have seen me. That's my point I'm trying to make, is my weight loss is going to benefit y'all, because I'm going to grow out of these shirts. These shirts are going to outgrow me. I'm going to have to get some new shirts. And so that's going to be good for y'all because y'all that have been with me from the beginning have been looking at these same shirts for 3 years. 3 years in September I have been on YouTube, and y'all have been seeing these same old shirts. Now the ones with the patterns are probably 2 years old. They might be 3 years old, honestly. They might be. I think they are 3 years old. I had them way before COVID. Yeah, you've been seeing all these. But you know what I thought? Why? Y'all see me now. Why bother putting a shirt on? If y'all know what you're gonna see. And you're still here, so maybe you're not too offended. I don't know. Some of you probably sit back there rolling your eyes saying, girl, I wish you would get some new clothes. I will. I will be shopping at the thrift store while I'm in between, because I'm not going to buy new clothes as the weight keeps coming off. That would be silly on my part when I can just go to the thrift store. Oh my gosh. The thoughts of going to the thrift store and buying something in the regular size section is just, I just can't. I just can't. The opportunities that are ahead of me are just, now we get kind of weepy because I'm so happy about it. I'm very happy that I made the decision to move forward and do this surgery for me. I'm happy that I have this tool in my box to use. I know it's not, I've had the surgery, now I can eat what I want, I'll lose weight. No, that's not how it works. You eat like they tell you to eat. You exercise. Speaking of, I went and joined the Y today. Tomorrow is the day he said I could be, I can swim. I was thinking, when I told her, I said, I'll see you Monday. Just now dawned on me, this ain't Friday, this is Thursday. I can go swimming tomorrow. Oh, yay, I got to get my little bag down and see about all my stuff that I got in there, my glasses case. Got to get my water bottle down, the plastic one that I can sit on the side of the pool. They let you sit a plastic water bottle on the side of the pool. Oh, yes. And I need to see what time their aerobics aerobics, water aerobics, whatever class is, because they'll be all up in my way. When all I want to get in there and walk and get my little pool noodle, doing my little thing and kicking my legs and doing what I can do. So I'm excited about that. That is something that, well, he told me. He said, when I told him, I said, we talked in Monday, not just in the hospital, when I told him, oh, I can't walk. He said, to walk an hour. I'm like, I can't do that. So I told him that I was going to join the Y. I said, it can only help me for my surgery on my knees to help firm up my legs and strengthen them. It can only be a help. He said, plus, he said, you don't lose as much weight if you don't exercise. So I can't say that for everybody that's on a diet plan, but as far as having the bypass, and the doctor says you don't lose as much weight without exercise. So that is why they push the exercise. So, I'm excited. I'm going swimming tomorrow. Excited. Now, let me tell you. Listen, I must be losing my mind. So, when y'all send me cards, and y'all been sending me some pretty cards, y'all find some pretty cards, and the fact that y'all can find owl cards is crazy. Y'all make some pretty cards too. So I've been getting those. Well, what I do is I put all my cards and letters and little things that come in with gifts, little notes, all that stuff. I save it in gallon Ziploc bags. And when one gets full, I close it up. I got a thing in my closet in yonder. I got all my bags in it, and I got plenty, let me tell you. With the exception of a few that when I was working on a junk journal and I would get a card during that period of time, I would put it in my junk journal. But all my other ones are in these bags. So the bag I got now is slam full, but I'm trying to get through all October and start a new one in November. Well, I was putting some in there yesterday, and it was laying where I could see the card on the top. I'm like, how in the did a bug get up in that bag? It was like a smashed bug. So I looked, I'm like, my gosh. I was kind of irritated at it. So I lifted the bag up and I stuck my hand in there and I wiped. It didn't come off. It was a baby bee on the card. Yes. And it was some flowers and whatnot. And it was a little baby bee on the card. And it looked to me, I do need the glasses. I just haven't gone to get them yet. But it looked to me like a bug that was squashed in there on my card. So that is what had happened yesterday. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Listen, speaking of crazy, if y'all watched my grocery haul, y'all seen that, first on Walmart's, you seen that I had that bad celery. It was rotted. So I got on my phone, got that refund, right? Well, two of you noticed that I didn't notice because which is crazy, I just assumed it was right. It was fine. Two of you noticed that the little yogurt thing I bought was out of date. Well, I looked and it was 10 days out of date. I'm like, no. Back on my phone I went. Got me a refund for that. Well, if you seen my Food Line haul, you seen all that chicken. I ordered 2 pounds of chicken. And that is one of those trays that has 4 breasts in it. It's 2-ish pounds. When you order 2 pounds of chicken, that's what you get. Every single time. That is what you get. That is what I ordered. I even went back and checked, and that is what I ordered. Well, she gave me 3 packs to the tune of $36. Okay? All right, well, we had it, but that is not the point. The point is, I didn't order $36 worth of chicken at this point in time. So I said, when it popped up on Instacart, rate your order, give us your opinion. Do you have any feedback? Do you have any problems? I'm like, I have a problem. So I let them know because the person doing this shopping they need to read their thing a little bit better. What if I didn't have the money? It would have bounced at my bank, and then there would have been a fee on me there. And then who knows what could have bounced behind that, because something could have been coming in, and I had enough money for just that, and then it took away. Y'all, I know y'all been there. I've been there so much. I just told them, explained the situation, that I ordered the 2 pounds. You normally get the 1 tray, but for some reason I got 3 trays. I said, granted, I had the money, but I was not prepared to spend that kind of money on chicken at this time, and I just thought you needed to know. Well, I got the standard email back that says within like 24 hours, you'll hear from, one of our customer relations, and I didn't see it. Well, I looked, I didn't see no email. I thought, well, let me look at my receipt, because it said saw the email that said rate your experience with what his name was, resolving your problem. I'm like, well, he didn't resolve my problem because I didn't see no email. So I pulled up my receipt. I'm like, before I complain and say, this, that, and the other, I just want to make sure, even though I was sure, I want to make doubly sure that I was right, that I had only ordered the 2 pounds. So I pulled up my receipt, and it showed a refund has been issued for $27 and some change. They refunded everything except for 2 pounds. So even though one of the packs was over 2 pounds, they took how much it was per pound, charged me that, just the 2 pounds, and refunded the whole rest to the tune of $27. So I got free chicken in the freezer. Do I feel bad about it? No. Wasn't my mistake. If that's how Instacart sees fit to rectify the situation, then that's how they see fit. I didn't complain to get my money back, because we had the chicken, and we obviously paid for it. We were going to pay for it. We didn't do it to get money back. I did it so they would maybe let somebody know to be a little bit more careful, because it's really not acceptable. I know people make mistakes, but phew, that's a big mistake. So yeah, got money back for the yogurt and the celery and the chicken. Let that be a lesson. Don't sit back and take it if something ain't right. Let them know. There's companies, if you get something, you write the company, I normally like your products, but this one was, there was this, that, and the other wrong with it. You will 9 out of 10 times probably get a coupon for a free product. I have gotten some good coupons over the years, because I tell you what, I'll complain about something in a minute. Yes, I will. Just because some things I complain about, just so they will know for quality purposes, that something happened, like there was something I ate, I don't remember what it was, and it, something I've had for years, and all of a sudden I get it, it was like super salty, super, super, super. So I let them know, I'm like, I just thought maybe you ought to know, and here's the batch, that something happened with the season, well, here comes the coupon. So don't be shy. Don't be shy to let them know what you think. I was going to tell you, I wrote it down here. Oh, my belly just growled. The liquid diet that I'm on, I just want to tell you, I have been on it for 11 days. Today, I think it's day 11. Yes, today is day 11 of liquids. Not a bite of food in my mouth. And no, I don't count the cream that I drain off that cream soup. I don't count that as food. You just swallow it like you do a drink. That is a liquid. That's what they consider a liquid. That is part of our liquid diet. It is totally acceptable. But 11 days with no food to chew, I miss it. I was telling David, I'm starving. But then I told him, I don't know that it's so much my stomach, not that my belly is just like, trying to gnaw through the back of my ribs. It's in my head and in my mouth wanting to chew food. I want that sensation. I want that satisfaction. I want that satiety of having some food in my mouth, some chewing some food. Just getting a big old hot dog. You know what I mean? So I think that it's mostly up here, but that doesn't change the fact that it's there. So that's something that I have um, got to work on, and that's something that I'll be working on probably. I, I don't know when. I don't know when I will be over that middle portion of it. I don't know how long that will last because I'm not going to be able to just go to Whataburger and get me a foot long all the way and eat it. That's not going to happen. There's not room for it. I would be sick as a dog if I even tried. If I could even get it down, there would be nowhere for it to go. It'd go straight down my intestine, and then we don't want to even talk about what would happen then. It would just be a disaster. So, no, I'm not going to be able to eat like I did, but it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. I made this choice, and so it's something I have to live with. But it's 6 more days. I had to write it down here so I won't forget. 6 more days on this liquid diet. Thank goodness I can. Weekend before coffee. I wasn't wicked this morning. Thank goodness I can have my coffee. I missed it. I missed it. When did I miss it? When I had clear liquids the day before surgery. And in the hospital those 2 days, I didn't have any. I didn't even make none when I come home. I don't think. David had to go to the store because I needed some creamer. She said, I can use my low-fat creamer. So that's what I've been using. I've been putting a little bit in my tea, too. I've been drinking a lot more tea. Joan told me, she told me, gosh, 2 years ago probably, she said, I'll make a tea drinker out of you yet. Well, she's getting there, I'll tell you what. She spoils me. Did y'all see her haul when she showed when they went to Lancaster, and then she showed what she bought, at the different stores and whatnot, and she showed what she bought at her favorite tea store, a Tea Affair, the one I told you about online, a teaaffairliddits.com. Mm-hmm. Well, they were out a lot of teas. She said the lady told her that they were having a hard time getting them. They were out of my favorite. They were out of Joan's favorite. But she FaceTimed me, and we shopped. And so she would go to see one, and she would read the ingredients. I'll be like, no. I'll be like, ooh, that sounds good. Even Doug was in on it. He found one that I was like, oh, okay. Ooh, yeah, I need that one. Well, she would show one. I'm like, is it in my tax bracket? Because some of them, she showed me the prices on some of that tea. Whew, like $17.95 for an ounce of tea. There ain't no tea in this world I'm gonna drink for $18. That ain't happening. No, I can tell you that right now. No, I would have to win the lottery and be rich for the rest of my life to pay that kind of money for tea, and then I don't know that I would. But she showed that tea, and she showed hers, and she showed mine because she split them up on her haul. And so I asked her, I said, now tell me how much. She won't mind me telling you. It just tells you how sweet she is. I said, tell me how much I owe you. She said, no, I'm like, yeah, you ain't buying all that tea for me. She goes, shh. What does she type? Shush. I said, no. She said, that's your surgery gift. She said, I was going to send you flowers, but there's your surgery gift. So bless her heart, she got that tea from me. Ain't that sweet? Listen, she spoils me. She got me some books too, because when she goes to them good thrift stores, she turns me around and FaceTimes me. She's going around her phone, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh, stop. Oh, what's that? She holds one up. Do you have this one? When she's FaceTiming me, I'm in there in the middle room where my cookbooks are. Well, I have 2 other shelves that have cookbooks on, but the bulk of them, the ones that she normally finds, Taste of Home, she finds a lot of. And some of the other ones, but I'm in there. So when she finds one, I can just be right there and look. I'm like, yes, I have it, or no, I don't have it. So I'll be getting books and tea from her. How cool is that? Yeah, isn't that sweet? Y'all, so listen, y'all good to me. I'm about to forget. I'm gonna tell you this, and I think we're gonna go. No, we're not gonna go. I'm gonna talk about one more thing, and I don't know how long. I'm not looking right there. I'm not gonna look at how long it is. You're just gonna have to deal with it. You have the option to turn me off or keep on playing. But I want to tell you now. I've been bad about showing my happy mail since I've gotten back home from the hospital, but I'm gonna get back into it. Because I feel like I hadn't been filming the same way. It's just, I don't know, it's just something that don't feel the same. But I want to tell you that blue scarf that I got, that I told you about last week. I think it was last week that I told you it was so pretty. That was anonymous. I didn't know who it was from. Well, I found out. It was from Tony Bankston. She messaged me. She sent a picture of it. She said, "Did it look like this?" I said, "Yes." "Was that you?" She said, "Yes, it was her." So thank you, Tony, again. Then I also got a cookbook from Diane. Is it Andrade or Andrade? And then Judy Logue, she sent me another box. This one had a bariatric success workbook in it. She said her daughter liked it. And then some snacks. Her daughter has had the procedure, and she sent some snack whenever I get around to the point that I can eat them, some protein snacks to see maybe I would like them. And then Cheryl Sims, she sent me another cookbook. So, isn't that sweet? I tell you, y'all look after me. Um, in amongst these cookbooks, I am now fully current on my Taste of Home annual cookbooks from, what is it, 94? Maybe 94? Did it start? It started in the 90s, I can tell you that. I got a 21 and a 22. All the way up. So now I've just got to start when they come out. I guess I'll have to start paying full price for them because it'll probably be a long time before I find them in the thrift store, I would think, being a brand new book. So I'll have to maybe try to watch for sales or something like that where I can get them at a discount. But yeah, isn't that cool? So that's my happy meal. That makes me happy too. I'm going to tell you what's going to make me happy now that I'm thinking about it is I have a new tripod out for delivery. I cannot wait. Then I can quit using this janky old thing. Listen, it's leaning right now. I got my phone cocked, so I look straight. I think I look straight to you. The whole thing leans. You've seen me filming before when the phone just falls because it won't screw on tight. It's just it's terrible. I've had it for 3 years, and I have used the hound out of it. So this one I'm cooking for you today is I switched up my today was going to be my collab recipe, but it uses a crock pot, and then I realized I was going to be gone this morning, so it just didn't work out. So I'm switching tomorrow's meal for David today, which is a meatball sub casserole. And this tripod, I hope it works, has a gooseneck. So I can gooseneck it over my food where I'm cooking, and maybe you get a better view of what I'm doing instead of to the back and just kind of down like that. That's as far as it goes. So I am excited to give it a try, and I hope that it works and makes it look good. At least maybe look better than it's been looking. Because I tell you what, y'all know I do not make no fancy ass videos. Y'all put up with old clothes, hair that ain't fixed, somebody don't wear makeup, somebody's going bald and it looks like it. Y'all come along for the whole ride, don't you? And there ain't no telling where it's going. I can tell you that right now. But listen, I want to read something to you. So, David got me some soups from the Chinese restaurant. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Well, I was running out. I needed some more. And I told him we have our favorite Chinese restaurant that we go to. We've gone to for years. Well, there's one down here beside the food line, and it's real close to the house. I said, why don't you just run down to that one and get me some soup? It ain't going to be no big deal because it's going to be soup, you know. I said, grab you a couple egg rolls or something like that. He goes, I think I will. So he goes down there, he gets my soup, and got him a couple egg rolls. Well, he comes back, and I'm going to tell you what. Both of them soups was better than our favorite restaurant. So he's like, oh, well, if that's the case, I'm going to try to make my chicken and broccoli, because then he can compare apples to apples. So the next time he wants Chinese, we're going to get it from down there at that place. But they gave us 2 fortune cookies. They were both crumbled all to pieces, but I couldn't eat it. He don't eat it. I said, but we can still check our fortunes, right? Well, this was one day, whatever day that was, that I was having a hard time. I was having a hard time that day, not eating. Listen to this fortune. Anything you do, do it well. The last thing you want is to be sorry for what you didn't do. Ooh, is that good or is that good? You don't want to look back and be sorry for what you didn't do. I don't want to look back and be sorry that I didn't do my diet properly. If I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this the right way. I'm going to do it well. Anything you do, do it well. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to look back and feel sorry that I screwed it up by not doing what I was supposed to do. Put that in your life. Whatever you want to do it, because the day will come when you're going to look back and say, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I don't know. Think of something. I can't think of something right now. Why didn't I start my own business? Where'd that come from? I don't know. One day you get down the road, you know what I think? What I think now? Why didn't I finish college? I didn't do it well. I did not do it well. I didn't do that fortune. It's not a fortune, you know what I mean? So I look back now at 60 years old, and I've looked back my whole life and wondered, why didn't you do what you were supposed to do? Why was it so hard just to go to class and to study and to, go to school? Why did you have to mess up? That's one of the things that I regret now. Let's not look back and regret. Put it in terms of your diet. Don't be messing up now and one day look back and say, why did I take so long? Why did I eat that food? Why didn't I push that food away from me? Why didn't I exercise? Why didn't I whatever? Why did I let it go so long before I actually started doing something? Apply it to that, and maybe that'll help you get a jump start. I'm like, why didn't I do this surgery sooner? I wish I'd have done it earlier, because then I would be to the point now to where I would have some knees, I'd be bebopping around, I'd be doing, all the things I want to do, because I would have already had that done. But, all I can do is sit here now and just go with what I got. Don't look at, I don't want to tell you to get all depressed about it. I don't want you to say, oh, why didn't I? And then get all depressed about it. Say, why didn't I? And then do something about it. Like, I still regret not finishing college, but I've made peace with it. It happened. I can't go back, which I could go to school now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to at this point in my life. This is not, at 60 years old, where I am, it's not something that appeals to me. Although I could if I wanted to. So don't get depressed over the past, but learn from it. Figure out your present so that you don't have to go one day in the future and look back and say, why didn't I? Figure out what you're doing now. Figure out what you can do to make it better. What diet plan are you on? I don't care. I don't care if you're doing Weight Watchers and calories, just macros, um, Jenny Craig, I don't care. Nutrisystem, because I tried that. It worked till the doctor said, don't do it no more. Um, it don't really matter what you're doing. Do it well. Take it seriously. What I'm doing now, the diet plan I'm on, it's a diet plan, honey. Let me tell you, it is. It is on a strict. You're on a strict leash. You can't. You can veer. It's a retractable leash. You got room to move out, but you'll regret it if you do. You'll look back and one day when you start gaining your weight back and think, why did I put my body through all that and then not follow the rules? So whatever you're doing now, do it well. Count those calories. Count those points. Do that exercise. Push that cake away. Unless it's your birthday or a fancy not fancy, but because I told you I am fancy. Me and my ghost earrings, we fancy. Push that cake away. You don't need it. You don't need it. Me and Joan were talking yesterday, I think it was, or maybe the day before, I don't know. Whatever day that was. I think it was yesterday. Holly, Jacob, he never had sugar until his first birthday, and she let him have some of his cake frosting. He got into a little bit, but not much. But she let him have that, and we were all like, oh, it's his first sugar. And she's like, right? Because she don't want him growing up being dependent on sugar, and instead of going for the healthy foods, going for the sugar. It's like Joan said, that's good because you don't need it. Have I not done a whole video on sugar? How there is nobody on this planet that's going to tell you you need sugar. Eat more sugar. If they do, run for the hills because they're trying to sell you some snake oil or something. Nobody is going to tell you that sugar is good for you. So she doesn't feed him any sugar, and he eats anything. He eats anything that she gives him. He's not pushing away the healthy foods for the sugary snacks. So she's starting that young. That's what I'm saying. Push that cake away because you don't need it. It's not a food group that you need. That's one of the things I've got to stay away from because it'll cause that dumping syndrome, and nobody wants that. They say it's a miserable thing to feel. I don't want that. So sugar will be limited for the rest of my life as long as I have this little pouch. And I don't foresee my pouch going anywhere. And I don't foresee myself getting to the point where I stretch it. I think you can stretch it eventually if you just keep on and on. I read where it says like 1 meal ain't going to stretch it, But if you just keep on and on and on and on and on, that's when it can stretch. Well, if you keep on and on and on and on and on eating that sugar, you're going to keep wanting that sugar. So anybody out there that's trying to quit sugar, just quit it. I did. I cut the sugar out when I went low carb, a long time ago. And so I just quit eating sugar until I went and found out I was going to get my weight loss surgery. Then I started eating stuff that I knew I couldn't have before, so I ate some sugar. But I don't crave sugar now. I'm hungry, and I'm not craving a little Debbie cake. I'm craving something savory, something with some just oomph to it. You know what I mean? I'm not craving, which is crazy, snack cakes or anything like that. I don't know how we got on the idea of sugar. I was like, push that cake away if you don't need it. These are things, if you're trying to get back on track and you're having trouble, just do your best to stay away from the things that you're not supposed to have. And see, I can say that I've had this surgery, but I can say that to you because I still have to do that. Just because I had this surgery don't mean I can just kick back and relax. No, the hard work is ahead. The easy part was making it through the surgery. That's the easy part. I made it. I had it. I'm healing up. I feel good. That's the easy part. The hard part is sticking to a strict diet from here on out. And that is something that if I do get a craving, I've got to work through that. If I think I've got to have a hamburger the size of my head, knowing I can have a hamburger this big, I've got to work on it in here. So at first I thought, oh, you can't talk to them about losing weight because you're going to have weight loss surgery. But then I got to thinking about it. Yes, I can talk to y'all about it because I'm still on a diet. It is just a whole different diet than what I was on before. It is low carb. That's a big part of it. High protein. They push the protein. You got to have the protein. You'll lose your hair, your muscles, all that good stuff. You got to have the protein. And that's not just people with weight loss surgery. That's everybody. You got to have your protein. So eat your protein. They tell us eat your protein first, you know. And so then I'm like, I can't talk to y'all about it because I'm still going to struggle. It's not going to be smooth sailing. I'm not just going to just coast it on in. I'm done. I lost my weight. Ooh, that was easy. No, it's going to be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life because this 11 days liquid diet, oh my gosh, I never thought I could have done it, but I did. I keep thinking I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it, but I got 6 more days. After today, it'll be 5 more days. So I'm getting there, y'all. You can get there. Listen, you know they say if I can do it, you can do it. I don't fully go by that because everybody's not made the same. Everybody can't do the same thing everybody else can do. But what I'm saying is if I can find the strength inside of me to not eat food for 11 days, you can find the strength inside of you to do whatever it is you need to do to progress your situation. Just find that strength. Just find it. Know that you have to do it because you have to do it. You can do it. Okay, I think I'm getting kind of off kilter here, talking about whatever. So I think that's all. You can hear my chair when I move. I think that's all I know today, and I'll be back. Well, you won't see me, but I'm gonna cook for you today. I'm gonna show you that meatball casserole. Tomorrow, you won't see me. Saturday, Sunday, unless I come up with something to talk about. You won't see me till we'll have it. I think it's Tag Tuesday week, so we'll be back for the Tag Tuesday. But unless I come up with something else, I don't. Do you even want to see another what I eat in a day? Because it's just same. You know what? Different day. You know, nothing to write about. Just the same old thing, and I've been sticking to it. Same old thing, practically every single day. Well, anyway, that's all I know. Stop talking. I'm just getting rambling now. Just rambling. So, thank you for all your thoughts and prayers and your cards and your gifts and your time of watching me. It means so much to me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all y'all. I really do. So let me stop talking and I will see you when I see you. Okay, bye.